Good morning, everybody. I'm indeed thankful to Raviji and Suprabhaji for inviting me and speak on Guru Gobind Singh Ji. We are all commemorating Guru Gobind Singh Ji's birthday coming up in January, and I'm really thankful to you all for having taken this initiative all over the world. Guru Gobind Singh Ji, when he created Khalsa, this community, it was like declaring a war against Mughals, an act of war, and also an act of war against our own system that needed an overhaul, because our system was no longer meant for taking challenges. It had become very complacent. Creation of Khalsa also angered Kshatriya Rajas around the hills in Himachal as well as Punjab, because they didn't want other castes to take charge of the leadership role. They wanted them to remain where they were. They were not giving any opportunity, so to speak, to these people, those who had tremendous potential otherwise. So Guruji, in a way, waged war on two fronts, not only with Mughals, at the same time with our own age-old system. It was difficult to convince, to make part, and to lead bunch of people, those who never believed in themselves to begin with, riddled with rituals, superstition, and slaves of organized clergy. Guruji's calculation went very correct right from the beginning, and his idea of taking on the Hill Rajas was that it will become a perfect training ground for a bigger match than to occur down the line with the Shahi Sarkari Fauj, which was the Aurangzeb's Fauj sitting in New Delhi. So we got a lot of practice fighting these hill Rajas from time to time. Khalsa strengthened, Khalsa organized, and Khalsa marched to save, to protect, to honor the dignity of citizens. Guru Sahib's life revolves around strategy. It's a very important aspect of life. Without correct policy, we cannot have an effective strategy. The policy has to be correct. The direction has to be correct. And in order to have a sound strategy, the main ingredient is experiences. Without real life experiences, just bookish knowledge will fall short in accomplishing goals. So in order to expand our horizon, rehearsals are very important. Rehearsals of real life scenarios. Another way of experiencing without real life experience in real life, real field, is designing some exercises which are close to getting real life experiences. So Guruji designed these exercises in order for Khalsa to get to know the new real world that he was leading the Sikhs into, a dangerous world where hardly anybody came back. But a definite world where down the line your honor and dignity were preserved forever as long as you remain vigilant on your newly achieved freedom or ground. So Guruji developed these exercises for Sikhs to give them real life experiences so they can make a effective strategy based on a correct policy. First thing first was sitting down together in Sangat. We call it Sangat. Sangat and Pangat. This is the first test of this exercise, because without strength, nobody has ever made it to anywhere. And the strength starts at Sangat, sitting down together. Sangat is very important. Sangat is where you learn good things. But of course, Sangat has to be made up of intelligent, sharp, adventurous people. Now, getting systematically involved is second important thing of gaining real life experiences. And upgrading these exercises is the last step in getting real life experiences without having been involved in a life-threatening situation. If you keep the same old exercise scenario and don't change it, don't modify it, you become used to it. You become used to it so much of these exercises that they're no longer challenging. Therefore, exercises to remain in challenging mode is the name of the game. So these exercises that Guruji developed, from getting up early in the morning doing Nitnem, sitting in the Sangat, Shastra Vidya, Langar, Pangat, serving of Langar, making of Langar, taking care of volunteers, and the other management skills which were enhanced as the creation of Khalsa went on. So these were exercises. Those were introduced to the community of warriors to keep them going with new style and with an open and brave heart. Now, developing these so-called exercises is a challenge in itself. But Guruji emphasizes to start somewhere. So have a plan and start working on it without any fear. Of course, should be well taught. But don't overdo it, just start implementing it. Another step that we learned from Guru Gobind Singh Ji is commitment. 100%, nothing less. Then evaluate, analyze the strategy, revisit it, modify it if needed, and then keep implementing, keep at it. Keep a team of thought of school or team of evaluators, think tank you can call it, to observe, recommend and provide resources further to enhance the abilities to challenge more and more. Name of the game is the challenging mode that we are all ought to live in. We need to make it a second nature. That will change the game. Patience, power of observation, to be able to see through, is what will build confidence in the end, which is the key ingredient to develop persistence. The persistence will come, but it has a key ingredient, that is confidence. Without confidence, the persistence cannot remain at it. It fizzles around. So have confidence so the persistence will build further. Diligently pursuing goals is a great human story, and Guruji is teaching it to us. His entire life is an excellent example of these powers, from commitment to confidence, from persistence to diligently pursuing the right thing, the goal. Guruji also teaches us the credit should never be taken by individuals. The Shakti goes to Adi Granth, the Vani. The Shakti goes to the Creator. This is in itself is an exercise and will never let us fall into ego as long as we don't take credit for our virtues, which are God-given to begin with. Therefore, there will be less and less chance of an internal conflict or fight. Fights only occur when there is ego. And inside fighting conflicts, internal conflicts are actually detrimental to any organization or a society on a very long term. Guruji emphasized on sharing and caring. He considered sharing and caring is karma. There is no definition of karma. Good karma, bad karma. Sharing and caring is the philosophy, and this is the definition of karma. Living individual lives is a great idea in Kali Yuga, but we have to get it over with. United we stand, divided we fall. We have to remain united. That will come from good karma, means caring and sharing, and not taking credit for our victories. Share the victory. Share all that you have, and the confidence and the love will build every second day. Individual thinking sometimes pays off, but it results in I give a damn culture, and that is counterproductive to our long-term interest as humans. Guruji's entire life remained in a challenging mode, and he turned every Sikh to make challenging mode his lifestyle, his second nature. Faith in Shakti, faith in God's power, faith in the Supreme Being should never be at stake. It should be a given. It's a prerequisite of this faith. A very important thing that Guru Sahib challenged, and I want you to look into it because we all have been doing it, and that is the organized clergy, which is a time bomb about to go off everywhere. The Western society has realized it, and they have The organized clergy is something that we all need to be careful of. Western societies have realized, and they have put a lid on it, a leash on it. Responsible managements are very vigilant when they deal with organized clergy. But in India, where we come from, organized clergy has taken over, and organized clergy is leading to organized crime. Organized crime, which is part of human story for a very long time, it takes over anywhere where there's money or power. Power of vote, power of caste, power of people, power of man-hours. They will misuse anything given, or they will take disadvantage of anything which is out there in the open. Organized crime and organized religion is going hand in hand literally everywhere we see. So we have to be very careful of organized clergy. We should not be dependent on them. We as volunteers should do our things, all the rituals, all the festivity, everything. We need to appoint our own volunteers to conduct business in whichever scenario we feel fit in. But this organized clergy should be very carefully watched, and their positions or their authorities has to be very limited. Guruji made every Sikh a preacher. Every Sikh is able to perform all that an organized clergyman would do. We do not believe in organized clergy, and that saved our day. Remaining in challenging mode and physically remaining fit is a debt to the environment. We are born fit. We ought to remain fit so that the environment can remain healthy. So physical fitness and remaining in challenging mode, these are two very, very important aspects of Khalsa. Respect for all arts in every citizen, and emphasis on value system. Developing new exercises is a game changer. If we stick to the same old school, we will not be able to compete with the new world. A balance between philosophy and practicalism is important. Philosophy is a heavy dose. I don't think we should get our very younger kids into the philosophical mode so early. Let them play, let them have fun. We should let them do what they want. Philosophical issues can only be understood when a person has matured. So there has to be a line drawn as to when you can teach philosophy to a devotee. Very important aspect of the Khalsa and Guru Gobind Singh Ji's order is love God, not fear Him. Because God is love. God created this whole universe that we see out there before we were put on earth. He knew what did we need. His creation and humanity need not be feared. There is nobody to fear. There should not be no fear of anything that is Guru Sahib's philosophy. Remaining fearless is the core central pillar of Guru's belief. A gentler and kinder society can only breed professionalism. Guruji very strongly believed in it. A gentler and kinder society will only produce more professionals. So we all have to be very gentler and kinder, respectful to one another. The bravery that he taught should not be interpreted or be used as aggression or arrogance. The bravery comes with responsibility, and humility is what we need to adopt in order to absorb bravery. Recognizing talent in every one of us is very, very important, and Guruji's core value system that he taught us. I don't know how to thank you guys all for coming over and listening to my small talk. I wasn't that fully prepared to speak on it, but since I am born as a Sikh, I think I know quite a bit of his philosophical angle. Over the years, I have pondered over and given it very serious thoughts to his lifestyle and his spiritual guidance, social angles, as well as political aspirations, how far we can go. The political aspirations are only allowed or to be utilized for the justice as far as social order. Other than that, we are not supposed to be political either. A straightforward, transparent society, is that what he longed for? And I thank you so much for coming over and listening to me. We will carry on with this series of representations wherever I'm given an opportunity, and I thank you so much. Sarab Dharam ki Jai.